About traveling. Have you ever wanted to live in different countries? Not just go on vacation, but actually stay for a few months, work by the pool, have banh mi for breakfast in Vietnam, and dine with a view of skyscrapers in Singapore. Half a year ago, my husband and I did just that. We broke our lease on our cozy apartment in Moscow, gave our 2 cats to our parents, and packed our whole life into 2 suitcases. We flew to Bali, celebrated New Year's there, and then went on to Malaysia, Vietnam, Thailand, Singapore, and finally Dubai. 5 months, 6 countries, remote work, and all our belongings in 2 suitcases. Today I'll share what I've learned during this time. How it all started. We didn't buy a tour package or book a guide. We figured out the visas, logistics, and accommodation ourselves. And it was important for both of us to keep our routines, exercise, diet, and our projects. And on top of that, we both work full-time remotely. My husband is employed, and I work for myself. We didn't just run away on vacation. We decided to try out a new lifestyle. And this experience gave me so much more than I expected. First insight. You can't run away from yourself, but you do get to know yourself even better. You can change your country, your time zone, your food, and even the people around you. But you always bring yourself along. Without routines, the usual background, without the as always, you come face to face with who you really are. For example, I realized just how important my own rhythms are to me. Like my morning workouts, a cup of coffee, planning out my day. Without these, I lose my sense of stability. But with them, I can live anywhere in the world. Second insight. Working with a laptop on the beach is a myth. Yes, you can work while traveling, but it's not me with a laptop on the beach. It's about finding accommodation with decent Wi-Fi, dealing with time zone differences, calls at 11 at night, and handling unpredictability. It was tough. I managed projects, held consultations, developed my channel, and established a routine even in the most chaotic cities. The secret is not to wait for perfect conditions, but to create a working environment with your own hands. Third insight. Plans are plans, but flexibility is crucial. We changed our route dozens of times. Sometimes we couldn't get a visa, sometimes we just had to be in a certain city. At first, when things didn't go according to plan, I would really panic, but then I learned to let go. And the best days and the best places often happened outside of our plans. For example, we ended up in Bangkok, a place we hadn't planned to visit at all, but we absolutely fell in love with the city and stayed there for a month. That's why now I don't make plans several months in advance and instead plan for just 2 or 3 weeks at a time. For instance, with Europe right now, it's totally unclear whether we'll get a Schengen visa in time and go there, or head to Latin America instead. Fourth insight. Minimal things, maximum freedom. Living with just one wardrobe for half a year is a big challenge, especially for a girl. But it's also an incredible sense of liberation. I didn't need 10 pairs of shoes, 3 dresses, or a shelf full of books. So I learned to get by with the bare minimum and actually enjoy it. So now, whenever I buy something, I ask myself, is this really worthy of making it into my suitcase? Most of the time, the answer is no. Fifth insight. Your environment changes you a lot. In Bali, you feel like meditating. In Kuala Lumpur and Singapore, you want to try out new technologies. It was there, for example, that I really became friends with ChatGPT. In Dubai, you feel like setting ambitious goals. That's exactly where I had a real breakthrough at work. Basically, your environment shapes your mindset, your energy, even your conversations. I started choosing cities based on my goals, where I want to build a business, where I want to switch gears, where I just want to be. Travel teaches you to choose not by the ranking of attractions, but by how you feel in a place. So, what are the takeaways? These 5 months were definitely the most unstable and the most transformative. I realized that I don't want to live for the future. I want to build a life that brings me joy right now. You don't have to go on a round-the-world trip. You can just start by honestly asking yourself, am I actually okay with the place where I live right now? My name is Diana Lopatnikova, and on this channel I talk about how to start something of your own, something new, scary, but deeply desired. I share how to balance career, freedom, change, and personal projects. If you're at the starting line, whether it's moving to a new place, quitting your job, or just taking your first step into the unknown, let this video be your companion right now. Yes, you can.